course, as soon as I start recording, the first thing I do is hack and cough. Hi, I'm Kira Light, and this is the bonus video of Megaman X2. There's a couple things I'll talk about before I begin, because this is going to be a quick video, so I might as well take advantage of this time. Originally, what I had planned to do with my bonus video was I was going to show the battle with the X-Hunter, with the X-Hunter called Agile. He's the dude with the sword. The rematch with him is the one where I first get the Shoryuken, and you just use it, boom, he's done. Now, here's the thing. I wanted to show that off, but then I thought not to, because honestly, I did a little practice battle with him, and I saw another video of it, and it's a really uneventful battle. Like, if you don't use a Shoryuken on him, you just go up there and blast him, and you climb the wall, blast him, stay above his walls, dodge the electricity blasts that climb up and down the walls, and then that's it. It's over with. So I was like, you know what? Well, funny thing is, I actually thought I was going to do that, record that, and then skip to the end of the game so I could show what happens in this game when you don't get the 0 pieces. But as it turned out, to my understanding, the password system on this game is set up so that when you, write down a password for any time at the end of the game after all the robot masters are defeated, no matter when you acquire that password, it will always send you to the beginning of the battle with these guys, with the X-Hunters over on the island. But I googled the password and found a password where you're all the way at the end. Like, this is literally the last level right here, like the fight with Sigma, basically. Right here. And it's funny because, again, when I was a kid playing this game, when I would write down passwords at different points of the, fighting all the X-Hunters, you would always just start at the beginning. So I found this password and I said, all right, well, screw it. This will give me an opportunity for two things. One, actually, I'm going to jump into Bone Crab level real quick so I can get some help while I'm talking. One, it gave me an opportunity to show what happens when you don't get the 0 parts without actually going through a playthrough and then, showing, oh, look, I didn't get the 0 part, because that's not really necessary. You already saw that I fought Vile, Agile, and Surges, or Surge. I don't know if it's Surges or Surge. It might be Surges. I don't know why I'm getting that. I'm just wasting time, I think. But anyway, if you just avoid one altogether, it doesn't matter if you avoid one or all 3 of them, it's the same outcome. You don't get the 0 pieces, because the 0 pieces that you collect will end up being stolen. And there's a little cutscene where it shows that. Well, it doesn't show the stolen pieces, but Megaman just talks to Dr. Kane. Dr. Kane's like, oh yeah, they stole it because I totally suck. So, I was like, well, that doesn't seem like a whole lot to just, have to, record those parts, edit those parts, or whatever. I mean, I suppose I could do that, but to me, I think the only thing that really is that necessary is to show what happens if you don't collect all the 0 parts. So again, like I said, whether you collect 1 0 part, 2 0 parts, or avoid them all, it's the same outcome. You know what I mean? So, hold on, I'm just going to grab, whether you defeat if you defeat all the X-Hunters throughout the game, those X-Hunter pre-bosses, you get all the 0 parts, and then you saw my Mega Man X2 playthrough what happens. Sigma creates a bogus 0, and regular 0 executes him. But you see right there at the bottom right-hand screen right there, the 0 parts aren't there. Okay, so in this playthrough, it's they weren't collected. So let's go up here. Now this is just the last level. This is the fight with Sigma. Now, one other thing I want to bring up is, in this password that I used, they didn't get it doesn't have Mega Man with the Shoryuken. So this would be an opportunity to show the last boss without actually having that ability. So yeah, it's kind of cool, actually. It's an excuse to show, not using, as opposed to if I had just gone through a whole nother playthrough. It would have just been same Let's Play over again, basically, but just a couple of things. And I did want to make a bonus video, mainly just to show off what happens right here, well, basically, if you don't collect the Zero parts, I guess Zero's mad at you for not saving him. So, oh, shoot, I was trying to avoid that completely, and I didn't. Good lord. I guess Zero's mad at you or something for not saving him, so instead of Sigma having a bogus Zero with him, like a doppelganger, he has the actual Zero with him, and Zero's pissed off. Well, I mean, you're going to see that right now, but still, just an opportunity to do it. Honestly, like, I was, really thinking of making this a little bit more detailed, but I honestly didn't think it was that necessary. Just make it simple, you know what I mean? Like, just show off the because again, I just kept saying I wanted to make a bonus video, and after a little while, I was thinking, do I even really need to do that? And then, whatever. So, also, too, this will give me an opportunity to show the entire ending, because on my first X video, I didn't show the entire ending. So, let it run through and just commentate and talk. But anyway, look, as you can see, it's regular. It's just Zero now. It's not some doppelganger, not some cheap imitation that Sigma freaking built. Which I always thought that was so funny. Like, hey, he built his own Zero. Like, he could do that. You know what I mean? Like, so the regular playthrough you saw again, that was the fake one, and then the real Zero came flying in, executed him. Now this one, you're actually fighting Zero himself. He is a bit of a pain in the ass. Oops! Actually, this fight with him is really fun, actually. It's not that, it really isn't that hard. Now, let me stop screwing around and use what actually works on him. This travels across the floor, and that's what actually gets him. If you miss him with the actual flame stag ability, the flame across the floor will take him out. It is appropriate too, because he's got that dash maneuver. Oh shoot! Whoops! You can't do it. Oh shit! Good luck. See how it still hit him after because Zero can actually block. He blocks your attacks. You see him do it. Sometimes if I can get him to do it. Oh, shoot. The music is really cool too when you fight Zero. Oh, shoot. See, his blast actually. Oh! Take that, Zero. That's what you get, punk. Let's see, Zero. He's like, I'm a dub-dub, Megaman. What the heck was I thinking? Oh yeah, so you apologize after he defeats you, but oh hey, my bad, man. It wasn't my fault. I'm gonna take out the main computer now. No, you need to get back to the Dr. Kane so we can fix you up. All right, I think that's what he said there. One of he's gonna bust that hole open, and then he's just like, yeah, go beat the guy that's actually difficult to beat. Now, this, I don't think I ever really knew what works on this form of Sigma, the humanoid form. Because I think I always had the Shoryuken when I fought this guy, and or I just used the X-Buster. It's the boomerangs. This form of boomerang, the boomerangs from part 2 and 1 are a little different, but this boss is a lot of fun because you get to see me fight him without the Shoryuken ability, so it's like that was the other reason too why I kind of wanted to do this, because I kind of wanted to show these fights, like fighting Sigma, without the ability of easiness, if you will. Oh no! I really didn't need to do that early, but I had said in my Megaman X review that that if you let him, if you use your sub tank too late, it won't fill up your full health. But now that I think about it, I'm like, wait, was that this game? Oh man, I cannot believe how much of a pain this guy's being. What? I cannot get him. See, because it bounces, the boomerangs bounce around the room, and this small cramped space that we're in is actually helpful. But gosh, I'm struggling against Sigma. Oh yeah, that goes right through him, whether or not he has the shield up or not. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe how much he's hitting me. There you go. Yeah, see, it's actually still a pretty fun fight. You know what I mean? Like when you face this guy straight up like this, because it takes all your wall jumping skills, if you will. I'm sorry, I had to really concentrate there because I was like, oh crap, like this is no joke. And I did a little practice run just to kind of go through it really quick, just so it's not so raw. And I was just flying through it. I was like, oh yeah, this is easy as hell. And then, sure enough, when I finished the actual run, I struggle a little bit, oh my goodness. The whole reason that happened is because I was trying to, screw it, I'm just gonna freaking. And this is another thing, I never knew this is what worked on Sigma. I never knew that. It rips this shit up. Like, it usually takes forever to get to the blue pillar of Sigma. Now it's the dark blue. Like, this rips his shit up, man. This kicks his ass. I wonder if that actually hurt more. Well, he's at purple now. But see, it's also very effective on those guys right there. And when you're using the hook shot or grapple hook or whatever it's called on this game, you know what? Screw this. What is it called? S-chain. When you're using that, he spits these guys out a lot. And again, don't have the Shoryuken, so I can't just freaking time it and be like, all right, screw it, Woo! I'm about to get hit. Oh, shoot. Alright, he's almost dead. There you go. You have just enough to kill him. You have just enough to kill him. So, anyway, sorry I had to concentrate there for a little bit. But, again, this is the bonus video, I promise. This was me saying, okay, I'm going to show what happens if you don't get the 0 parts. And I was going to show the battle with Agile, but again, the battle is just, it's really nothing much. You're really not missing much if you skip that battle. So it's like, I was just like, I don't need to show that battle. Because again, like I said, you do one Shoryuken, you kill him, but if you decide to face him straight up, I mean, yeah, he shoots out those platforms that have spikes beneath them and drops them. But again, you're really just going to hang out at the top left-hand corner of the screen, just blast him away, and then it's going to be over. And it never really goes that far to where you like, oh wow, he really elevates and stuff like that. And I think there's videos on YouTube that shows it. So if someone's watching this video and they absolutely want to see that, they could just go on YouTube and take a look at it. Shoot, I think I saw one. Maybe I'll just link to it or something like that. Oh yeah, by the way, this is how you fight him. Like I said, I would have liked to have gotten a little bit more detail, and maybe it's something that I'll probably do one day, or like where I'll be more detailed oriented of that. But anyway, here's the ending. It's the same thing either way. He lands and there's 0. You know what I mean? And let's see. His friend 0. It's like, it's a trip, man. Your friends just came back to life, and you're kind of just like, hey, another day at the job. How's 0? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's okay, because again, they're robots, so that's, it's what it is. But never liked it on any kind of movie, series, show, or whatever, where somebody gets killed, and then they cheaply bring them back to life. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. What the hell is the movie's called again? Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I don't know why I can say it. Barbossa dying at the end was so cool, and then him being brought back, to me, that was just really cheap. Just because he was a popular character. Just because a character's popular doesn't mean that, doesn't mean that you should just bring him back to life. And not that I'm saying that resurrections of characters aren't a good thing, period. Because Spock had an incredible death, and he was brought back to life, and it turned out for the better. Because Spock, I mean, seriously, you don't have Star Trek 4, you don't have Star Trek 6 ever, you know, you don't have the episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, Unification. I won't ramble on about Trek right now because somebody doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about, but still, it's the end of the video, so give me a second. But you lose all this stuff if Spock isn't brought back to life on Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. So it's not always a bad thing. Or in some cases, like, let's just say somebody died, but then it turns out their death was actually in a dream, and then, you know, in reality, or was some kind of vision. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Anyway, yeah, so, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. And again, I always thought Zero's death on this was really stupid because, you know, I know, you know, but not really stupid. I shouldn't say that, but Megaman was in some type of peril at the moment, so he was kind of sacrificing himself. But like I said in the my X1 playthrough, why did Zero just freaking why didn't he just shoot Vile in the head or something when he was on his back? By the way, not to change the subject, but okay, are we assuming that this is the same freeway on Mega Man X1, and the place is full of sand because Overdrive Ostrich had that sand machine there? I've always been wondering if anybody sees this video, give me an answer, because it looks like it. It's the same freeway, but the city's all full of sand because of Overdrive Ostrich's sand machine. That's why there was a sand machine in the level. It was to illustrate that point. Which is the reason why I bring that up is because why would you have that sand machine in the level? The sand machine in the level that's spitting out all the sand, it doesn't change anything if you destroy it. I always thought it did, but it doesn't. The only thing that changes is there's no sand flying around anymore. But it doesn't affect your movement, it doesn't affect anything. Destroying it doesn't change the story. Who knows? Maybe they were going to make X2 kind of like part 1 in the sense where the levels change a little bit based on who's destroyed or whatever, and they just decided against it, and they just left that thing in there to explain where all the sand comes from. Because again, if there's a sand machine, then they're not really in a desert. It's just the city, and it got covered with sand. Tell me if I'm wrong, or call me crazy, or whatever, you know. But that's always what I thought when it came to that. Oh, see, there's a difference right there. See, you see how it says thank you for playing, and you see the black 0 right there? Well, if you fight 0, then you'll see the black 0 right there. But on the other playthrough, if you don't fight 0 and 0 kills the black 0, then you see regular 0 right here. So that's another thing that I wanted to show off a little. I mean, you know, point out a little bit. Anyway, that is it. That's it for the bonus video of Mega Man X2. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.